Hello everybody, welcome back to another Roll Out the Barrel reviews. It is your host, Soundwave Prime Studios, and probably going to delete the channel because everybody at my school knows. What's up? Anyway, today we are going to be looking at the Transformers Earthrise Generations War for Cybertron Wheeljack. He is the newest in a lot, or not the newest, but he is just hitting shelves now. I got mine from Big Bed Toy Store. He's just hitting shelves now. Most commonly you might find him at local comic book shops or online retailers or Best Buy. That's what people have been telling me, at least. But here he is in all of his G1E glory. He has all of the paintings, all of the markings. The detail on this guy is actually really good. But before we get deeper into that, let's take a look at his accessories, which, don't be fooled, this is Soundwave Accessory Siege Soundwave. His only accessory is this little missile launcher that can plug on to his shoulder with this little port. It's done in a nice metallic-y gunmetal gray, but the base color is obviously white. Here it is. Little rocket right here, and all you have to do is just plug it right up on here, into his shoulder, and boom. Here he is with his shoulder cannon on, and may I say, he looks really, really good. One complaint is that there's this weird thing going on with the elbows, because the hinge, or the articulation for the elbows, is right here where the swivel is. I understand why they had to do that, because otherwise this tire couldn't fit on his forearm. It just looks a little awkward, a little lanky with his forearms. Other than that, the detail is really good. He has some panel lines right here, and on his shoulder, on his shoulders, some panel line detail right there. His little blast effect port. Yes, he is compatible with Siege blast effects. He has more detail on his forearm right here, and his hand right here. And there's a gap right here, which at first when I got him out of the box, I thought that just like his hand was rotated, I thought I got two left hands. But turns out it's just empty. But moving on, the other detail on the other side, here's that. Just more into car mode right here. But you have metallic detail on the hips, thighs, and right here, which they didn't really have to add, but it gets covered up in car mode anyway. So, it doesn't really matter all that much. And there goes Soundwave. Great, that's fantastic. Soundwave Prime reviews. Soundwave Prime Studios, everybody. Anyway, putting him back up here. You have... That's pretty much it. Now let's go on to articulation. By the way, this is a much cleaner cut of the video. I have done 3 recordings of this. I accidentally deleted the first. The second one was all screwed up because I did it at like the middle of the night. And this one is actually the best so far. So, for articulation, let's remove the rocket launcher. For articulation, he can look up about that far. Down about that far. Let's bring him in closer for articulation. Arm can move out about that far, but that's only using the first hinge. Really out at the transformation hinge right here. He has a swivel right here, but the rotation doesn't go all the way back. It starts clashing with his back, the fins, kind of. And then it starts clashing with them again right there. But sorry for the shininess. My studio light is not the best with white figures. Elbow swivel, previously mentioned. Single jointed elbow, also previously mentioned. And wrist is on a mushroom peg, clammed in with this little piece. He has waist rotation, waist swivel. Kick out about that far. Back about that far. Spread. Thigh swivel. Double joint, or single jointed knee. Foot can move down. That's more for transformation. Cannot move up, just very little. And ankle pivot. That Siege started with, and obviously Earthrise is continuing with that, which I don't mind because Transformers figures need a little bit of that good too. So now for size comparisons, I actually right here we have my other Earthrise figure, Earthrise War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. Here he is next to Ratchet, my previous Transformers review. Go check that out if you haven't. And if you haven't noticed, I actually updated my review station. I hope you guys like it. It's much better. You don't have this awkward weird awkward upwards angle to him anymore. Here is Siege Ultra Magnus. I'm actually pretty excited for the new one that's coming out. They, in the spoilers ahead box for the TV show that's going to be releasing quite soon in June, which is actually my birthday month. So not bad. Here he is next to just your average deluxe Studio Series, which is basically just your average deluxe. Here he is next to Studio Series Lockdown. Funnily enough, this guy was actually supposed to be my next review after Worthy Cap, but when I got Earthrise Wheeljack, I decided against it. Alright, so for transformation, you want to take off the rocket missile launcher, which I already did. First you want to start with the legs. I'd say flip the feet down like this, and then you want to pull right here. There's a hinge right here, so you just want to collapse that, and before you do, you actually want to flip out those windows right there. Second verse, same as the first on the second leg. Clip that in. Now you just want to snap these 2 feet together. Sometimes they don't want to cooperate the best. But here he is, with his with his legs configured. This is obviously going to be the front of his vehicle mode. Let's do the spoilers just because. And by the way, spoilers do pop off fairly easily. Nothing like if you're just swiveling it, it's gonna pop off. But if you just kind of yoink it off, it's gonna pop off no matter. Probably because they needed to reuse this mold for other characters, such as that Sunstreaker. Then you wanna. This is on a double hinge, so you just wanna snap it in half, or not snap it in half, pop it in place, and fold the head down, just like so. It's very secure on mine. I just thought I would let you guys know before you bought this. Maybe if you do buy this. And we'll get to that later. But then all you want to do for the arms is you want to take the hand and twist it right here so that the palm is facing the forearm. And then do that same on the other hand, or the other arm. Then using this hinge, you want to bring it up, bring it out, and see right there is where it's going to snap in place. And once you get one arm in there, it's kind of harder to get the second arm in there, but whatever. Then you just want to do this, snap that in place. There are little grooves made out for this part. Snap that in place. This arm is always a little tougher for me, so just be warned. And once you have all that snapped in place, the suggested area for the weapon is right there, which looks really, really stupid. But if you want to, you could just take random gun, port it on there. Still looks pretty stupid, but whatever. Also, what I like to do, I should have done this in robot mode, but what I like to do is give him Siege, War for Cybertron, and Ratchet. So, yeah. Then, this right here is a very good car mode. I actually really like it. At first I had no desires to get this figure, but once I saw like promotional images, I'm like, this actually looks really good. So, I got him from Big Bad Toy Store. They have great selection, not sponsored in any way, but yeah. I really can't wait for the Sunstreaker mold of this. I can't remember if they're doing any other characters out of this mold. I don't believe. Just Sunstreaker. But, I actually really do like this car mode. Gives it a very fast physique. Looks very nice. On any surface, the front wheels won't really do anything. It's more the back wheels. It's probably because of these pegs. Right here, they're sticking out. So they're dragging along the floor, and the front wheels can't do anything about it. So they're just kind of staying mostly just stationary. The back wheels will do most of the work. But it slides, doesn't really roll. Whatever. Life is life. Not every Transformers vehicle mode can be perfect. And yes, when you flip him over, he does have that visible head. But really, does it really matter? You're not going to display them like this. Oh yes, you want to see my Transformers collection? Imagine that. Imagine a Transformers fan actually displaying their action figures like this. You just need to stop at that point. Anyway, I'm not going to do size comparisons because I really don't feel like it for vehicle mode. This is mainly just for Transformers fans who have them in robot mode. So, yeah. But anyway, this, in my opinion, is a very good deluxe figure. He has a bunch of detail. He has the articulation that you would want. He doesn't have a big backpack at all. It's very minor. It's a very minor backpack, if I do say so myself. And it's just all around a good looking figure. I understand if you don't want it, if like the off-color white doesn't appeal to you. If you want more of like a bright white, like Siege Ratchet was. I get it, this figure's not really going to be for you. But other than that, if you're a big fan of G1, and you just want a mostly articulated Wheeljack without having to pay the masterpiece price, then I'd say go ahead, pick this guy up. He's one of the harder ones to find. I will say he's one of the more sought after ones, so, and yep. this does pop off every once in a while. You just need to pop that back on and boom. But this figure has actually made me want to buy the Masterpiece one. Because this is basically, from what I hear, just a mini Masterpiece. And this is a great figure. And I cannot wait until I get more Earthrise figures. Next up on my list is Cliff Jumper, Grapple, or Hoist. I don't really care about Starscream. He's not really that all important to me. I already have Siege, and he's pretty good. But if I have something else, I might, if I just don't have, if there's nothing else to buy, I'll probably buy Earthrise Starscream, because I've heard pretty good things about it. Other than that, thank you all for watching. This has been Roll Out the Barrels Reviews with your hoist. Oh boy. With your host, Soundwave Prime Studios. And I will see you on the flip side. Till all are one.